Welcome to Bo's Garage, guys. So, today, talk about a few things. I need to get some viewership up, so, Harley sucks. Ooh, controversy. 3.6 liters suck. Ooh, controversy. I don't know. I'm in a good mood, so I'm just trying to fuck around a little bit. But I am very happy 150 of you people decided to give me a subscription. So I genuinely appreciate it. I appreciate every single view, every single comment you guys make. Even if your comment is picking me apart, I still appreciate that because I want to hear what your thoughts. I want to make content that is better. So hearing criticism and also praise is a good thing because at that point, I can find ways to improve what I am giving you guys. So thank you very much. Now, on to the topics of tonight's video. First off, the Envision is probably not going anywhere. I owe $35,000 on a car that's worth $20,000. And I say that and I have to laugh at it because the only thing you can do is laugh about it. The car market sucks. It also didn't help. I bought the outgoing generation of a car. So, it happens. It's whatever. It's society. It's life. Maybe if I get enough of you people watching this and start getting some income off that, we can pay that car off faster and then start putting more stupid shit on it. I already put mud grips on it. That was funny enough. But now to the nitty gritty. So, if she's staying around, this is the list of what's going to happen. So, the first thing is going to be taking it to 228 Customs, which is a custom tuning shop down here that I trust thoroughly. The owner and proprietor, Zach Chaddick's a really knowledgeable guy, especially when it comes to 4-cylinders and GM 4-cylinders. So to me, that is a person I feel I can trust wholeheartedly to take care of this car properly. Second course, we are going to find I can just get it from GM because I am a GM employee. And that is the J55 brake package from a 6th-gen Chevrolet Camaro. These cars, the Envision, use the same exact calipers and all that as a 6th-gen Camaro. So, with that being the case, I can easily unbolt the single piston factory leg, what basically your base model Camaro would get, and put the J55 heavy brakes, which is a 4-piston Brembos. And I know you're saying 4-piston Brembos, that's overkill. No, it is not. So I did 3 pulls at Gulfport Dragway when we ran this car. And it knocked out its best time, 14.2 1/4 mile. Which was honestly fairly impressive for a 3,200 pound SUV. Or 3,800, so it's over 3,000 pounds. She's a chunky girl. With the only thing powering it is a 230 horsepower, 258 foot-pound of torque, 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder with a 9T50 9-speed automatic transmission. Now, with that being the case, the way I'm figuring, and from talking to Zach and other things, an ECU tune will obviously wake the car up. The biggest problem I had with it is when I went to launch, the car ECU nannies you and does not allow you to build boost. So I want to build boost off the line because obviously that's going to help acceleration. Now, at least that's my thought pattern there. There's probably somebody that knows way more about racing than I do. So I'm like, well, actually, blah, 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 blah. But you know what? I'm going off of what I know. So, with that being said, the end game for this car, obviously the J55 heavy brakes, because those single piston brakes were sketchy as shit after the 3rd pull. They got hot and they had some fade. So I want to take care of that for my own safety, and I think everybody out there would understand that. For your safety, better brakes is always a great option. And since I can pull off the shelf GM parts, it's cheap enough since I'm a GM employee. Ta-da! The next thing, the Cadillac XT4, which is the platform twin to this car, uses which is for some reason, same engine, same transmission, same everything. But the Envision gets a small cooler on the side of the transmission. The XT4 gets a larger cooler in front of the radiator. So what I'm going to do is get the parts and the lines and swap that intercooler, well not intercooler, but transmission cooler onto the car. Now I know you're thinking, why are you adding transmission cooler? Well, help the transmission. GM transmissions are known not to be the most reliable things in the world. So if I can give it a little bit of help down the line, let's give it a little bit of help. So the next part. Obviously, with the ECU tune, I also plan on doing a better downpipe, exhaust throughout the back, removing the black panel using quad exit exhaust because I just think it looks cool. But obviously, better exhaust, free flowing exhaust is better. At least that's my understanding. There could be somebody, hey, you know, you need to do X, Y, Z, and I will take that into consideration. I'm pretty sure Zach will be like, oh, actually, you need to do this, this, this. But I do know a better downpipe is always a better plus. The downpipe on this car, your turbocharger is here, and the catalytic converter is your downpipe. It is really dumb. But since this car is pretty well out of warranty, we're going to remove the catalytic converter and wipe that shit out of its system. We don't have emissions here in South Mississippi, so I don't have anything to worry about. The biggest thing I worry about, which Zach, that's why I'm turning it over to him when it comes to doing this, is the ECU bricking itself because General Motors. But again, this is why I'm going to step to somebody more knowledgeable than myself. If this was, you know, upgrading carburetors, stuff like that, then I can tell you all day what you need to do. But tuning and all that's a little out of my realm. But, so that the next part will be a water-to-air intercooler. The factory intercooler in this car is about that wide. It's about as wide as the front end, but it's narrow, not a lot to it. There is a good opening where it goes, so the way I figure, a larger intercooler, plus with aluminum piping and all that going to heat wrapped, heat protected. I heard aluminum is better than the kind of chintzier plastic, so I'm going to try that. But I figured this could be my wild experiment here on the channel, aside from doing other project cars, is squeezing the most horsepower I can before this. But I basically want to push this car to it since a connecting rod to the moon. But I feel like the Envision is such a good little platform, and since it's a parts bin special, it makes it fun. Nobody else has done this before, so I want to do it. So that's the game plan there with the Envision. We're going to do better brakes, better wheels, transmission cooler, larger intercooler, downpipe, exhaust, a few other odd and ends, but obviously the tuning and all. But I want to make this, and I know this doesn't sound like a substantial amount here, you know, especially nowadays everybody talks about, you know, 800 horsepower Hellcats and things like this. I want about 450 horsepower out of this car. I know that does not sound like a lot, but for something this small, I feel like that is plenty of power to make it quicker, more fun, but at the same time, it's still a reasonable car to drive around. And I know there's going to be at least one person in the comment section go, well, 800 horsepower is reasonable to drive around. Yeah, maybe in a car that's a little more planted. This is a lightweight Chinese SUV, so I play with my own safety here. So, but that's all for the Envision. Now, if you have any ideas of what to do, besides snarky-ass comments, it'd be like legitimate input from people that know tuning and know modifying cars. I would love to hear input because this is I'm Ray Charles walking off in here. I'm going off what I've seen people do to Honda Civics and stuff like that. And I'm also trusting somebody. Well, granted, I know somebody's not going to do me wrong, but trying to do something that's never been done before to a car nobody's ever done anything for. So that's my whole conundrum there. So with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. Please continue to subscribe, share with your friends. If you have ideas for videos you would like or topics you would like me to discuss, I'd happily, please comment them below. I'd love for your reviews on even things, you know. I've worked in the auto industry for a few years now, hell, going on 10 years doing this. But I would love to hear people's input. Tell me about, what's your thoughts? What do you want me to see me talk about? If there are questions you have when it comes to the business, please feel free to comment. And like I say every time, thank you so much for watching. I genuinely appreciate it. Thank you.